you are in any kind of relationship, you may want to listen to this, but most importantly, if you're in long distance, this is for you. Take a seat. You may need this. Today, we are talking about how to drastically change the way you fight in your relationship, especially in long distance. And for context, I was in long distance relationship for 5 good years up until I got married. And I have some experience in long distance. My job now is to give you the warning I never got. To start with, I have a question for you. When you are in a heat of a fight, do you usually explode and say whatever is on your mind and later regret it? Or you are those people who resort to being quiet and give emotional and quiet treatment? I am the second one. These two common reactions are what people resort to when there is a conflict. And I'm here to tell you it ruins every relationship, regardless of being romantic relationship, friendships, or anything. These two common reactions ruins every single thing. And we must discuss it. Well, like anything which is important in life, it takes the most people who are involved to make concrete decisions to know where they want to go. So I need you both to have this conversation on boundaries, what to expect, things like that, conflict resolution. If you don't have those conversations, you do not have any relationship. If you don't know how to resolve conflict, do people tear cloth when they are angry? You will have to know all of this before you get into any relationship. Talk about every single thing, name calling, insults, phone sex, because long distance is not your regular kind of relationship and you will need a whole lot of trust to maintain that relationship. People have different expectations. Unless you have concrete understanding of what is expected of you, do not, I repeat, do not go into long distance relationship. So now let's get into the nitty-gritties of how to communicate or how to resolve conflict in long distance relationship. 1. Don't argue to win. The vital part of communication, especially when it comes to you and your partner, is not to prove a point or not to win an argument. Conflict is inevitable in every relationship and long distance is no exception. If your motive is to win, then there is no need talking about what happened. In long distance, clearing the air for both of you to work with the understanding of the opposing person's perspective is way important than proving a point. 2. Take accountability for your actions. Accept the part you played in the argument. You are not always right because you are a woman, and you don't always have to apologize because you are a man. Take accountability for the role you play in the conflict and validate the pain or the hurt you caused your partner. But here is something people do forget when it comes to accountability. You will have to repair by asking your partner what he or she needs from you right now to make sure you fall back into your right frame of mind. People do not ask that question. And that is the reason why you are always back and forth with I am sorry and I'm not sorry and back and forth with fights because you don't move past whatever problem you faced. Being remorseful for your actions and asking for some ways you can be better are the key drivers to a good and sustainable long distance relationship. Most of the relationship issues people face in long distance is because one person refused to move past the conflict because the person hasn't healed or you have not understood how the person sees apology as. And in long distance, where you have little to no chance of seeing this person, holding on to grudges can actually harm the relationship because distance is actually a barrier. Number 3, listen to understand and not to talk back or to justify your actions. Let me tell you, beneath every conflict in any relationship, one person is thinking about this. Does this person really like me? Does this person really care about me? Or the most deadliest one, can I rely on this person? The moment you feel your partner sharing how he or she feel about your action is nagging, then you are on the bridge of losing your relationship because that is not nagging. The question you should ask yourself is, do you really care about their feelings? If the answer is yes, then it demands some action from your end. Your action is to listen and validate how you made them feel and not to listen and counter the words they said. And it also demands that you don't judge them when they come to you with negative emotions. It is so easy to poke holes in someone else's pain. What you need instead is to create an environment to listen to understand, not to gather evidence to make the other person feel wrong or to justify the reason why you did what you did. The point is your actions hurt your partner. Justifying the reason why you did that will only worsen the pain. Number 4 is very important in every relationship. Learn how to talk to your partner when angry. When you emotionally vomit, you spill debris. The motive of conflict is not to break up. It's just because you both have different views to something or one is hurt. That is the motive of conflict. For instance, you went out late with your friends and your phone was almost dying. You didn't text your partner to let him know or let her know that your phone is going off, so you won't be able to pick up his or her call, or you didn't tell your partner that, oh, I'm in a noisy place and I wouldn't be able to make phone calls, and you just go off. Remember, you are in a long distance relationship. The person is not there to protect, take care, or to even witness if whatever you said was true or not. First of all, let me preface this by saying if it is a great, healthy long distance, you've already shared your location with your partner for safety reasons. So when you return late and this person complains that, oh, my love, you told me you'll be coming in at 10 and now it is 12 and you are now coming. It's not from a space of controlling. It is from a space of care and security. So the conversation can go something like this. Hey, can I talk to you about something? So you told me you'll be going out with your friends and I know you went and you had a ton of fun, which I'm super, super glad you did. However, you told me you'll be coming in at 9 p.m. 10 past, 11 past, but you still didn't show up. And you also didn't leave any prior text telling me that your day or the time has been moved forward and your day is going so far that you will need some extra time, just so I can be prompted on the details of where you are so I don't get worried. I'd really appreciate if you communicate so I don't feel abandoned while waiting for you. You see here, there's no name calling, there's no yelling, and nobody in their right frame of mind will tell you you're controlling them if you communicated this to them for they being late outside or for they not communicating where they are to you. Nobody will tell you you're controlling them because there is nothing like, where do you go? Why didn't you pick my call? No, you are in a relationship, not a military ground. And let me give you this cheat code. When complaints come from a space of care and love, it builds more trust. The person will be able to tell you exactly where they are without any form of fear. Number 5, stop stonewalling and stop being defensive. This breaks relationships, and in long distance, you can easily lose your partner to stonewalling. Last week, I shared a story about how I nearly ruined my 5 years relationship because I was stonewalling a lot. Stonewalling is when one partner shuts down completely and is not interested in the conflict again. The person doesn't talk, he just gives you one word answers, he's giving attitude here and there. That was me. I nearly ruined my relationship. So I'm giving you the warning I didn't get for free. It's a way of punishing the other person with silence instead of communicating. The other example is giving minimal response or one word answers. Remember, you are in a long distance relationship and creating more distance is not the best way to handle situations. And here, this is how I was able to resolve it. I use words, not harsh words, not painful words. I validated how I feel. So, for instance, you can go like, hey, I am really upset right now, and I'll need some minutes to cool off by myself before I can circle back to whatever we want to discuss. For now, I'm not interested in having any conversations. I would like to cool off so I can gather my words and have a meaningful conversation with you. I don't want to totally ignore you, but I would like to cool off because I am really upset. Let me tell you, this is so difficult to do, but you need to do it so you can maintain a great communication pattern with your partner, because the motive of fight is not to break up. It's because you are hurting or you are misunderstanding each other. So if you put the words across, if anybody you are dating is reasonable, he'll be able to know that no, at this point, she's not happy with something and she needs time to cool off. He needs time to cool off before we can both communicate as adults. If one person uses silence as technique to punish the other partner, it is very difficult to get out of it. I am a living testimony of that. At the end of the day, you still want to be with this person, so you must learn how to resolve conflict and learn how to communicate so you guys can coexist and be with each other. Don't forget that being in a long distance relationship is actually hard because of the distance. So bringing a lot of discrepancies between both of you to widen the gap will make it extra hard for both of you to be together. Long distance is very tough. I did it for 5 years. I know a lot of you are also doing it. That's the reason why you are here. And I'm here to give you the cheat code. Learn how to communicate your words respectfully. Learn how to understand and validate how your partner feels. Learn how to respect and appreciate your partner instead of resorting to name calling, harsh tones, insults, lack of trust. Learn how to be with this person you chose, because you had every other person in your area, in your school, in your church to be with, but you decided to be with someone who is not in your vicinity. You will have to pay the price for that. You will have to build the trust for that, and you will have to live with it. Also, having the courage to listen to understand rather than to listen to justify the reason why you did something can ruin your long distance relationship. But having the courage to understand your partner, create a room to check in with your partner. It worked for me, and now we live together. We don't have distance again. Let me know if you have more questions in the comment section. I'm more than happy to talk to you about literally everything. Do have a great time. Bye.